Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to have some Division 12 online rank gameplay using TJ Dillashaw, and obviously it will be a mixture of flyweight and bantamweight, and I thought now would be a good time to make this video considering he is retired now. Obviously very daunting last fight against Aljamain Sterling where he went into it with a shoulder injury. Obviously his shoulder was severely dislocated, and to be honest with you, I've never, as a fighter, he's obviously phenomenal. He's extremely well balanced and one of the most balanced fighters on the game. But being honest with you, he's not one of my favourites when it comes to being in real life. Obviously, we all know he's cheated. He's probably cheated throughout a lot of his career. And then going into that Aljamain Sterling fight, knowing he's injured and robbing Jose Aldo of that last chance to get a title, I think really did annoy a lot of the fans. But yeah, maybe I'm not speaking to too many people, but for me, it definitely annoyed me. He was selling wolf tickets. He knew he was injured. He knew it was not going to be a competitive fight in any sense whatsoever. But people praise that he's got that dog in him, which he does. To be fair, he does have that dog in him. He's got that tenacious will to fight on and battle through obscure and difficult scenarios. And yeah, I think that's what he was banking on, that he was going to go in there and just got his way through it. But with an injury like that, I think going into it, there's no way that you're winning that fight. And he obviously just used it as the last sort of cash grab. He was saying that he wouldn't get a title shot had he obviously taken the time off to recover from his injury. But I still think it wasn't the best thing to do from him. But yeah, coming into this fight here, we are coming up against the next title challenger in the bantamweight division, the former bantamweight and flyweight champion, Henry Cejudo. Now, Henry's very, very good in this game, and he's very difficult to play against, especially if someone knows what they're doing, not only in terms of wrestling, but the striking, because you can mix things in really well with Henry. And where he has the Osagari trip, it makes him even more of a threat, because you can block all the takedowns that you want, but that trip comes, and once it's animated, that trip is so easy to get, and that's something that a lot of high-level Henry players will try to utilise. And then also, he's just extremely well-rounded, but it's his wrestling that shines through. And yeah, he's a very, very difficult matchup, because if you're coming up against someone that's just going to grapple, clinch, throw the leg kicks, which he's got decent leg kicks in, it makes it for a very hard fight. And I think TJ Dillashaw is probably, it's hard considering the bantamweight division, how stacked it is, but I would say he's one of the most balanced fighters in the division, probably in the game. I mean, there's not one area or one avenue where TJ doesn't really feel comfortable. I mean, off his back, he's very good. On top, he's good. He's got very good grappling, very good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu. He's got good kickboxing, good, Muay Thai combinations, good boxing. He's good in the clinch. So in every aspect that you can think of, he's very, very good. And, he's got relatively good health stats as well. So he's always a very viable pick. He's got very good stance switches as well. And yeah, I definitely like to utilise him a lot, despite not really liking him in real life. I do think that, when he's in the octagon, when the octagon door closes, he's fantastic. And this is how I like to utilise him. I like to mix everything in very well. He epitomises what I think MMA should be, where he's got that ability to mix things up very, very well and keep it very, very clean. And, everyone loves a specialist. Like, everyone loves seeing Israel Adesanya, because he just specialises in, kickboxing. He's just going to stop those takedowns, and then he's going to absolutely light you on the feet, and that's always entertaining to watch. But for me, I love watching when someone can mix everything in, when they're so fluid with everything. And I feel like that's something TJ can do very, very well. There's not one area or one avenue when it comes to martial arts that he really lacks in, and that very well translates to the game, because no matter what you choose to do with TJ, if you want to stand against some of the elite in the division, if you want to grapple with some of the elite in the division, you've got all the avenues to do so. And you can see here that I trapped Henry against the octagon wall there, and then I decided to let off combinations and really trap him in there. And that's one thing that I've been trying to do and utilise more, is really trapping opponents against the octagon fence, because once they're trapped, it's very, very difficult. You see, he goes for the takedown here. We deny, knee to the midsection, which is going to do a lot of damage for that short-term stamina. Just a quick little knee, which is one thing I've been doing a lot of now recently, is as soon as someone gets me onto the octagon wall when they're not expecting it, I'll just throw one or two quick little knees and then start to move away to try to get out of that position. But Henry decides to take my back, which is fair enough. Obviously, he's using Henry Cejudo. This is exactly what he's going to look to do, and I'm going to look to be patient, look to reverse the position, and look to definitely inflict more damage than he's going to inflict on me. Because right now, I can feel that there might be a slight discrepancy in the level on the ground. Don't get me wrong, my opponent is a very good fighter, but I just feel a lot more comfortable on the ground than I assume he does. I'm a bit more skilled when it comes to that avenue. I can really feel that there's a skill difference there. So I'm just going to be patient, see what he wants to do. Goes for the, well, he obviously tried to take my back, but he was patient, got the deny, and then straight into the crucifix. And from here on out, I've got 2 minutes to work with, 2 minutes to whittle away, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to look to throw strikes from the crucifix. Again, I'm going to stay patient, don't want to get reversed, because the last thing you want is getting into a position like this, where it's taking you a lot of time, a lot of patience, and then getting reversed instantly. You can see I tried to take the back there, good deny. And again, just going to be patient. He pulls, gets the full guard, which I think in that avenue was probably the right thing to do, considering obviously he knows that I'm looking to advance position. We end up getting the position pass here, get into half guard, and again, just going to be patient. And this is the one thing you've got to do. I mean, when you're on top after getting taken down, you don't want to make the mistake of being overzealous and then giving away that position. So I'm just going to be patient. You can see he's moving a lot, he's trying to catch the punches. I posture up because he's throwing with the hand that should be on the back of the neck, and whatever the position or pass becomes available, I look to pass. So another fairly good round, and definitely something to build off of round 3. Definitely feel like he's going to come out grapple heavy and look to take me down and hold me out for the rest of the rounds. Obviously, you never really know with this game how the judges score in the fights, especially as of recently. I feel like the judging on the game has got a lot worse. To be honest with you, I feel like I've had some very controversial decisions. I was streaming, I think, 3 days ago, and whilst on stream there was just some very questionable decisions, and obviously factoring that in, especially when you're trying to rank up and you're losing decisions where it's quite clear that you won, it does become incredibly frustrating. So it makes it a bit harder to trust the judges going into the fight, and obviously that is pretty realistic because we know how the judges are in real life. So like Dana says, don't leave it to the judges, so that's exactly what I'm going to try to do here. So he expected a takedown, he's taking me down, he goes for the crucifix after I went into the crucifix in the last round. He ends up getting into side saddle here. Now this is a very dominant position as well, especially if you know how to utilise it well, and it's actually a position that I've been trying to utilise more often, and I'm getting better at the denials, and I definitely think I'll be coming out with a video on that, because this position here is a huge problem. It is obviously it's exactly like the crucifix in a sense. I think the crucifix is obviously slightly more dominant as he goes for the cheesy rear naked here, but no, he's not going to get it. But the side saddle is very good, and majority of the fighters will have it. I think more fighters will probably have side saddle than they will crucifix. So definitely a position I'd recommend mastering if you're someone that likes to grapple like myself. And just while this is playing out, just want to say a huge thank you for all the support on the channel as of recently. Well over 530 subscribers now, which is absolutely surreal, very crazy to think about. And channel's growing at a very good rate. Obviously you guys are enjoying the content. I'm seeing a lot of comments that are praising the content, a lot of suggestions, which I really appreciate. And like I always say, I'm very happy that we're building our own little community. I appreciate the support. I really do. It does mean a lot. And like I said, if you have any content suggestions or any constructive criticism, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, if you do enjoy the content, don't forget to leave a like and then subscribe for more UFC 4 content. I try to post weekly, so yeah, let's just get that out of the way there. But you can see now I'm on top and just raining down elbows, and this is where these positions are just where I feel the best ones. It's the last round. You know that your opponent's going to be tired, you're denying transitions, and you're just whittling away these elbows. I mean, look at the blood across the canvas here. Goes for the same transition twice, get 2 denies, and his head health right now, his block health, it's all just depleting, and I'm just going to keep going because there's not much left on the clock, and I really want to get this finished. So look at Henry's faces. I decided to actually sit up here and rain down strikes, which is something I never usually do, but it does have its time and it does have its place, and you can see there, do end up getting the finish, so it doesn't end up going to the judges, which is pretty cool. And coming into this fight here against the current flyweight champion, Brandon Moreno, and he's so hard to play against online. I mean, stamina feels like it's never ending. health stats through the roof. So whenever I come up against Moreno, I know it's going to be a very, very difficult fight. Unless I can impose my will early on and do a lot of damage, or if I get a takedown, I look to work, and that's exactly what I do here. So you see I get the takedown, get the deny, and from here on out, it's just going to be a real rough ride for Moreno, because getting to side control, and this is what I mean by patience. Look, I'm just there, I'm waiting. I know when I throw the first elbow, he's going to look to transition straight away. So I thought, okay, 9 times out of 10, majority of the players will instantly look to go to the most advantageous position for themselves, which is sprawl. So I instantly pre-deny that, and whenever I have a stamina advantage, obviously after that, it will be easier for me to get the free passes. So that's exactly what I'm going to look to do. Poshed up in half guard, you can see got the free pass to the side control. And once you start making these reads, once you get good at grappling, you can make these reads and these little adjustments at faster rates. It's going to be a lot easier for you to capitalize off mistakes. And I feel like this is what separates high-level grapplers from the grapplers that are still intermediate and getting to grips with it, is they pick up on little patterns, and then it becomes muscle memory. Like, there's no fault of, oh, okay, Moreno's going this way. You don't even have to wait for that initial animation to pass to realize they're going one way. It just becomes like you're in their head and you're predicting where they're going before they do. And that's something that comes with time. And you can see that I'm really mixing in the knees here. A subscriber did comment about utilizing more of the knees in side control, gave some good feedback and said that, look, I use it online and it's really useful for me. So it's something that I have been filtering into my gameplay, and it just shows you guys that if you do leave comments and you do leave suggestions about what I should and shouldn't be doing, it's definitely something that I do look to implement. And I hope this goes to show you that, yeah, if you leave a comment, I will look to, add that into my game. And that's exactly what I done. And you can see that going into the crucifix, and yeah, that was the beginning of the end. So I thought I'd include this last gameplay here because it was against a Division 19 opponent. So obviously Division 20 being the highest division, this guy being Division 19, using Henry Cejudo. I knew instantly this will probably be a very, very good fight, because he's probably going to look to grapple quite a bit, to be honest with you. That's exactly what I'd be looking to do, and Henry Cejudo is obviously phenomenal at it. And I thought, yeah, because of the divisions, this would be a good fight to upload. And it turns out it was a very good fight, very competitive, and I feel like you guys will learn a lot from this fight here. So starting off, you can see doing well when it comes to the stand-up. Had definitely having my success early on. Obviously got to be careful because Henry does carry some power, has got good stand-up, and you can see that I'm not just throwing recklessly, I'm really trying to pick my strikes, and he does a very good job there of landing in quick succession. And whenever he's in boxing range, see good utilization of the head movement there to get out of some of those strikes, and trying to mix in, try to throw hooks. Definitely throwing those leg kicks. You see the leg kicks really started taking effect. You can see that Henry Cejudo's leg health, his lead leg right now, which is his left leg, he's already feeling the damage of the kicks. And here he's just trying to whittle away at my block. Good roundhouse to the body, followed by a good knee. And the one thing that really annoys me about a knee is when your opponent throws a knee as you're throwing a hook, your hook just doesn't land, and not only do you absorb the knee, it just drains your stamina. And you can see the good few uppercuts landed there. One of them in particular was a very nice little slip uppercut, and you can tell that I'm throwing the uppercut a lot because I'm expecting the takedown. And if you're coming up against someone that's obviously going to look to grapple, throwing strikes up the middle will be a very good bet, whether that's knees, elbows, front kicks, teeps, always a very good idea. And even leg kicks can cancel takedowns if thrown at the right time. I do have some of the problems when it comes to throwing the knees, because I feel like I'll time a knee for a takedown, but my opponent will still end up getting it, so I've avoided using that, to be honest with you. So I switched that out for the front kicks, and depending on the distance, I'll utilise the uppercuts because he's definitely got some damage to them. And surprisingly, Henry hasn't shot for a takedown. Well, as I said that was great timing there. He shoots for a takedown there, so it's showing me that, okay, the chance for a takedown is still imminent. He's not just going to look to stand. It is later on in the round, so I would assume that he would have shot for a takedown and tried to secure it earlier on. You can see he's really adamant on peppering my block and whittling away. Good head movement there, and you can see that I'm going back to that leg, and that leg will give him a lot of problems later on. It will be a lot easier to impose my will and get easy knockdown as soon as that leg goes, and obviously it mitigates his power, which makes it a lot easier for me. So he shoots a takedown here, good deny, and this is it. When you're fighting these high level grapplers, denying these takedowns and then punishing them for it is the best thing you could do. So we denied the takedown, then got a takedown of our own, which on the scorecards will be pretty big. Obviously he shot for a few there. I think maybe one, maybe made three, if I recall correctly. Didn't end up getting any of them, so in his mind now, he knows it's not going to be easy to get the takedowns. It's going to take a bit of effort to get there. It's going to take a bit of planning. But yeah, when it comes to the boxing, you can see just peppering, throwing that jab out there. I'm trying to time the head movement around it, and then as soon as I get that timing down, you'll see that he obviously switches to the hook, which is a sign of a good player. That leg health is absolutely gone, and this is why I always target the leg, because I just do feel like it is an easy way of then getting stuns, and of course you take away the power aspect. And then now that I've taken the leg, you'll see that I'm going to start working the body. I do get rocked there, and this is what I mean. You can see that he's just sort of, I want to say, pressure boxing to a degree. He's throwing in high frequency, high volume strikes when he is in the pocket, really looking to whittle away at that block, whereas I'm trying to be more selective with my strikes. And you can see, look, it's just constant bang, peppering, and then eventually we'll shoot a takedown. I can see why this style is very effective and can get you in the higher divisions, but patience is the most, or one of the most important factors in this game. If you're a patient fighter and you can really select your shots, work on your time, you see there, that was a beautiful combination. Question mark kick, leg kick, it just flowed very, very well. And yeah, if you're patient, really think about what you're doing, try catch these small moments where you know your opponent's going to be vulnerable. Maybe you've seen something in their combinations. You can see he's still just peppering away with that jab. Honestly, he's just obviously trying to get the block as low as possible. He shoots for a takedown here, turn him into the cage, back away, which I don't think I meant to do, to be honest with you. I think I wanted to take his back. He shoots for another takedown, get the deny, and this is good because the more he continues to offensively wrestle, the more his stamina is going to drain. You can see he switches back to southpaw there. Oh wait, no. He did switch stance momentarily where his left leg was in front, so he did switch to orthodox momentarily, and I was instantly going to start peppering away at that leg. But right now he's definitely having the advantage when it comes to the boxing exchanges, and definitely in terms of whittling away at my block, because you can just see it's just very persistent, loads and loads of strikes, just on and on. Shoot the takedown here and get it. So I mix it up. Was feeling the pressure, could feel that my block was starting to whittle away, so I thought, let me get a takedown here and just work away at side control, drain that head health for a bit, and did a good job in denying the first few transitions, which definitely, you know, probably was raising alarm bells in my opponent's ear. He does the right thing here in getting into the sprawl position, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay into that body, rip into it a bit. There's only 14 seconds left on the clock, so there's not much to do. He stands, and I think, yeah, land the hook off the break, go for the uppercut, and that was a more competitive round, I'd say. He's throwing a lot of strikes and definitely getting the more significant strikes and doing a very good job when it comes to my grappling defense, and that's something that I've desperately been trying to improve on. By grappling defense, I mean as a whole, even on the ground with transitions are nice. But my takedown defense has also improved. You can see that in this fight alone. Obviously, he's gone for a few takedowns here and there, and a lot of the takedowns are avoided just through distance management. But when he has landed and has reached my legs, the ability to deny takedowns has been huge, because that takes away the Henry Cejudo game plan. If he can't take those takedowns away, and he can't land them at will, can't dictate the fight with them, it's going to be a huge problem for any Henry player, because being forced to stand using Henry, although of course he is good on his feet, he's not as good as TJ on his feet. And when you take away that whole avenue and then you're using someone like TJ who can exploit the grappling as well, you're going to be in a big position. So yeah, he ends up in sprawl again, and I'm just going to whittle away at his body, being very patient, because from here, if he grabs my leg, he can get into side control, which is something I feel like a lot more players are utilising as of recently. They're doing a very good job of just getting back into side control. So quickly take his back and drag him back down. That's just a beautiful transition. He gets back up, and again, this is going to tire him out, going to drag him back down into side control, and it's just imposing that pure dominance of grappling. It's a very John Jones type thing to do, where you're beating someone at their own game, and that's exactly what I'm doing here with this Henry Cejudo player. He's obviously tried to impose his will when it comes to the grappling, and now, third round, he's tired. I'm taking him down at will, denying transitions at will, and just imposing my will. And this is what you've got to do. You've really got to manage how you approach 3-round fights, because that third round can be very, very decisive, especially in a round where it might be 1-1 each. It could be two rounds for me. Is very difficult to tell. I definitely knew I had 1 round, so I was just basing it off the fact that Henry has 1 round. So I knew that coming into this third round, I'm absolutely going to look to smash him on the ground. And as you can tell so far, this has been an extremely, extremely dominant round. We've had maybe 3 takedowns, whittled away at the head health, transitioning pretty much at will, denying at will, and landing big, big strikes. It's not just been these little strikes that throw on the ground. Here you'll see that I posture up, and I just start raining down strikes, and I get his head health very, very low. That's 1 or 2 punches away from being finished. He transitions to sprawl with about 40 seconds left. We end up taking the back, and this round here has just been full of pure dominance. I mean, this is a very dominant display here. I mean, what a way to cap off a 3-round fight. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me use TJ Dillashaw. Like I said, I like to use him like a complete MMA fighter. I like to mix in what I do, whether that's the striking or grappling game. It's just showing you that no matter what avenue the fight goes with TJ, you're going to be more than well versed. I mean, this is against a high level Henry Cejudo player, and yeah, you'll see the scorecards in a minute. But that third round in particular was nothing short of beautiful. Absolute dominance in that third round. Could easily be a 10-8 in my opinion. But thank you for watching the video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, comment for any content suggestions, and subscribe for more UFC 4 content. And I'll see you next time. Peace.